in the week, the likes of Dr. Kumalo, emotional as he was, saying that the country has failed Clive Barker for not honoring him when he was still alive. So I think he was thinking maybe some of the teammates, former teammates, and everyone should have visited Clive Barker at hospital, according to how I interpreted his statement. And then, as the convention center is where the Durban Olive, the funeral took place, so everyone was just there, and we saw even the likes of the very same players I stated, and Tovi, Lucas, Dr. Kumalo, Lucas Khatebe, Kevin Lane, McFish, George Denelli, as well as McWilliams, holding that box for the very former coach there. So we really lost a big icon, and I was so impressed. Even I even heard that he knows different language. He knew Zulu and Setswana and also Afrikaans. So it was so good to hear such a Spiom Konza as well raising such comments there. So they were just emotional on the day, but all in all, Clive Barker has served the country with distinction. And with that, there's never been a coach who's won this AFCON up in the last 27 years that we've been. So let's hope maybe Hugo Bruce will bring the history back. But with that, I say, may his soul rest in peace. He'll forever be forgotten to the Barker family. All will be well.
All will be well indeed. Talking of Clive Barker being able to speak different languages, we remember that way back in 1974, when apartheid was still rife in South Africa, and the white players were not allowed to interact with black players, and especially or even coach in the township. But Clive Barker, in 1974, he dared the apartheid government, and he went to the township and coached Golden Arrows in Lamontville, and the government at that time, the apartheid government, they threatened to arrest Clive Barker, but he dared them. He said, "Bring it on! I will not stop going to the township. I will not stop coaching Golden Arrows." And then he moved on to coach Amazulu FC deep in Guamashu. The apartheid government once again they threatened to arrest him, and he said, "Bring it on!" So surely Clive Barker was not just a normal coach. He was some kind of an activist in his own right, Modiba.
Most definitely. What is this? What we called into so Tokemo. So
yes.
Yeah, they've seen it. Yes, they've enjoyed his company. Everyone who just spoke about Clive Barker, you could hear that they were just enjoying his company. There was this player who also once played for Amazulu. I was watching it. His Facebook. It is Mandla Zwane. Ntlantla should say, yes, Ntlantla, and he was so sad and emotional about his loss. And I went on to speaking with him aside that I remember he also played against the likes of Dumisano Ngwenya under his leadership, and he said, "This is a coach who introduced me into football." What I like is that he was just against this thing called racism, as you rightfully stated there. So yeah, with that, we really lost a good man, a man of people. So I wish he was still alive, so that he can encourage the Bafana of today, because currently they haven't been playing for that badge with confidence and how can I say, motivation.
Let's hope the Bafana they will just do the right thing this afternoon, and just give the former Bafana head coach Clive Barker a great send off by beating the Qatar 2022 semi-finalist. There is Atlas Lions Morocco. Organjan Mudib.
Yeah, I wish they do so, because this is a team that defeated us in the first round 2-1, and we're talking about the first team there that tops Africa. So let's see, we need to get something. Although they haven't they haven't lost a single game, so they'll come confident into this match at FNB Stadium. So we should do well, and the fans, I'm appealing them to come to the venue in numbers, because previously we had some poor attendance at the venue. And currently, if I can just remind you, the tickets have been reduced. I think there's a discount there whereby they are being sold at a price of 20 rands. So as people like to say, it's a Mampara week. So I think they might have bought them at the start of this month. So let's go and rally behind Bafana and support them, and we wish them the best of luck.
Talking Bafana, last week we saw a CAF Champions League final. Pesitao featured in that Al Ahly versus Wydad Casablanca final. And then this afternoon, we know that Morocco, they will be bringing some of the players who are playing for Wydad Casablanca. What can we expect this afternoon when Bafana takes on Morocco, especially Pesitao, when he gets to have a second bite on the cherry in as far as Moroccan players are concerned, Mudiba?
the very interesting part is that Possimo Dao was playing the second leg of that particular CAF Champions League at Morocco, and now he's going to play against the Moroccan players at oppositions. It looks interesting for me there. So he's also motivated and confident. Remember, he's just won the CAF Champions League with Al Ahly, previously even under Pitso Mosimane, and with Mamelodi Sundowns. So he's got 3 CAF accolades in his medal, or should I, in his profile. So that gives him a huge confidence going into this afternoon's ingot, although he didn't play so well. But I'm just happy about the achievement of him having won that. But as rightfully spoken about the Wydad Casablanca up against Al Ahly there, I think Wydad Casablanca made a blunder in that game whereby, okay, they took the lead from a set piece there. Instead of continue maintaining the game, then the fans started spraying some, I won't know why they were just doing that, because that disrupted the players from playing, because the game was stopped. And during that second half, when the game was stopped, Al Ahly coach managed to call his players and just to dish out some few instructions. And with the smoke that we saw on the pitch, I think that disrupted them, because they were overconfident, thinking that they've won the CAF Champions League. But boom, there was a corner kick and an equalizer there. So that's how the game ended, 1-1, and it favored Al Ahly as they won that game by 3-2. So they were just crying after the game and emotional. So I realized that they were the ones who should blame themselves, because they could have at least controlled their fans. The fans had not sprayed those smokes into the pitch. I think they could have continued. Maybe they would have won 1-0, and the aggregate score would have, I should say, away goal rule would have favored them. But I think Al Ahly also, they were clever and they did well for themselves. And with that, it's well done, because they were just grabbing the 11th star of the season. And then you look at Wydad. This is the team that beat Al Ahly last season 2-0. Remember, after that game, Pitso Mosimane was sacked as a head coach of Al Ahly. So it was just a sweet revenge all in all, and it's well done to Al Ahly.
Well done indeed. Al Ahly, they are not called the team of the century for nothing. For them, going all the way to clinch that 11th star CAF Champions League, surely they are the team of the century indeed. Then coming back still with the Bafana, what can we expect this afternoon, performance-wise, maybe even the starting lineup? Any surprises or omissions or inclusions that we might expect come this afternoon when Bafana lock horns with the Atlas Lions?
Most definitely. I think the surprise for me was when the player Batusi Obas from TS Galaxy was called. Although we had the likes of Kanyisa Mayo, who's a top goal scorer and shared the prize with Peter Shalulile, wasn't called. Ikram Reinas as well. I think these are the players who I expected them to be called. But Kulisomo Dawu as well, from Mamelodi Sundowns, defender of the season, he wasn't called. So those will pose some question marks to me. But anyway, the coach has got his own reasons and will definitely support his reasons. And going into this wonderful afternoon, as you know, like I said at the start of the show, that Bafana have already qualified, so they know their fate. So I think they might want to give some of the other players a chance, if they can try between Velimo Motwa and Ricardo Gos a chance, because already we've qualified. And then you look at the back there, so I think the likes of Thapelo Morena, Kankekana, Mtobin Vala should be tested as well. So, and then Luke Roo, Jabulo Blom as well. Even Batusi Overs can be given a chance because we've already qualified. Then the likes of Monapule Saleng, Tambazwani, Zagrele Pass have been playing lately, but let's try and test the likes of Thapelo Maseko. Just give the young man a debut there, Keshas Mailula as well. And the rest have been playing, the likes of Bongo Kusangwani, and they're doing well abroad. So we should win that game. We're playing at home. The fans will definitely come in numbers in this afternoon.
Okay, fans, let's hope they will definitely come in numbers indeed this afternoon when Bafana takes on Morocco. Let me ask you a little bit uncomfortable, or maybe even worse, an unfair question. There have been talks regarding the defender of the season, that is Kulisomo Dao, versus Mobi, who plays right back. If you were to be a Bafana coach, what is your personal take between Nico Mobi, if we put Nico Mobi and Kulisomo Dao pound for pound? For you as Modiba Peta, whom will you put on that right back position? Because that discussion has been doing the rounds almost 2 years now. The fans on the sides, they want Kulisomo Dao, while the Bafana manager, Hugo Bruce, stick with Nico Mobi.
Very interesting because Chris Omodau had a consistent, fantastic season. Hence, he was named as a defender of the season. Although the likes of Ngosinati Spisi comes close, but with the matter of Nico Mobi, I was a little bit questioning that because they gave him a benefit of doubt with the fact that the Sekhukhune United were campaigning in the Nedbank Cup final. So, but look at Chris Omodau. For me, his work rate. Defensively and offensively fantastic. Yes, New Kobawi I see, but for me, as Mudiba Peter, I would have opted for Chris Omodau, from how he's been consistent at Mamelodi Sundowns, yes, and how he's been creating goals, how he's been going forward, how he's won some few man of the match accolades this past season. So with Nyogomabi, I haven't seen him much this current season, and at some point he didn't pitch up in some of the matches. He was suspended at some point. Then they had to sacrifice Pokiso Matlangu to play there at right back. So for me, it sounded a bit unfair, but I would have opted for Chris Omodau, judging from how he achieved this current season at Mamelodi Sundowns and with PSL accolade award that he was named.
Modiba Peter has just called it that if he were to be a Bafana coach, he will definitely opt for Khuliso Mudau over Nyuko Mobi on that right back position. We will see this afternoon whom will Hugo Bruce opt for on that right back. Will he stick with Nyuko Mobi, or will he slot in Thapelo Morena on that position? Because surely that's one of the big talking points at that right back position, that Nyuko Mobi, is he definitely our best right back in South Africa. Moving right along, Motsepe Foundation Championship / DSTV Premiership playoffs done and dusted. Talk to us about those playoffs promotional games, Modiba.
Remember last week we were anticipating Ekasvik Stars hosting Maritzburg United at Solomon Mahlangu Stadium, and Maritzburg United went to that game desperate for points. As you know, they were trailing Cape Town Spurs by 6 points, and in that game we saw Rowan Human scoring the third goal against the very same Ekasvik Stars. As you know, Prince Eversley at Harry Gwala, he went on to score a brace. So we saw Mohamed Dokhute sealing it with a second goal there. So all in all, they deserved to win because Ekasvik Stars, they didn't create so many chances in that game, although they were playing at home. So, and that gave them 6 points. So they were now trailing Cape Town Spurs by 3 points, which means on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, it was a do or die for both sides. As Cape Town Spurs were seeking for a draw, and Maritzburg United were in need of 3 points. So, which means any scoreline with a victory on Maritzburg side would have resulted in them having survived relegation, and any draw, whether in goals or goalless, would have meant that Cape Town Spurs are officially the DSTV Premiership, and this is what we saw. What a game it was, and both sides were just attacking one another, especially Maritzburg. I think they were just desperate, but they created chances, but they couldn't just penetrate that defense, should I say, that is led by the experienced Nasir Ali and Clayton Dennis. I think they did well, and their goalkeeper, the Likon Viver, organized that defense so well. So they were just desperate. So I can only lambast Fatu Davies with the fact that, okay, the game is still goalless, but you've got Friday Sam on the bench. You've got Ali Meza, who's been scoring for you goals every second round of the DSTV Premiership, but you start him on the bench, but you want to win the match. That is a bit questionable for me there. So all in all, they tried their best, but it wasn't to be. As you know, Maritzburg have survived so many relegations. So this time around, they were just unlucky, but I think Sean Bartlett deserved credit. And if you can check, he's played all the 4 matches without conceding a single goal. So credit to him, although some of the 3 matches he won by professional 1-0 victories there. So yeah, he really deserved it. And it's for the second time he's just took a team to the DSTV Premiership. If I can take you back to his days at Golden Arrows, he took Golden Arrows from Mvela, while it was still Mvela, not yet NFD and Clan Africa, to the DSTV Premiership, so while it was still Absa Premiership. So John Bartlett deserved credit. And let's not forget Smonele Villasnasi. If I can take you back to his days at Kaizer Chiefs, he almost won the league with Ernst Middendorp, as he was Ernst Middendorp's assistant coach. So he's doing a stunning job. So I don't know what was the reason for him to be removed at Kaizer Chiefs there. So they could have allowed him at least maybe to work along coaches like Arthur Zwane there. So, but as you know, coaches always prefers their new assistants, and we saw Kaizer Chiefs appointing Julian Shepard there. But all in all, it's a well-deserved promotion by Sean Bartlett there. So as he's been unlucky, if you can look at in that last game of the season where they played against against University of Pretoria. They had to play 1-1, but unfortunately, due to a goal difference that favored Polokwane City as they thrashed the other team, Pretoria Caliste 4-0. So they couldn't cover that goal difference, but it did well by not giving up, although it didn't look easy that you will make it in the playoffs. So I was thinking Maritzburg was going to do well because of experience, but they didn't utilize their enough experience in the last game of the season.
You rightfully mentioned that Cape Town Spurs, actually they were supposed to have got that promotion, getting that automatic qualification. Unfortunately, they choked on the last game. And then you also mentioned that for Maritzburg United, this relegation had been a long time coming. They had survived it a number of times. Finally, the chop gets them, Modibo.
I think having let go of Ernst Middendorp, this is a coach who made them survive relegations. I remember they took Jomo Cosmos to relegation when they thrashed them 3-1. They survived, I think, on 3 stints when Middendorp was still there. He knew how to take the team out of relegation. So I was so surprised where he was supposed to start the season and they parted ways with the club and he went on overseas there. So he came back to coach Swallows. Now he went on back to his hometown, Germany there, where he's currently coaching a team called SV Meppen. So I think this is a coach that knows how to avoid the relegations, but for him to leave the club, very questionable. I'm not so sure if it was for the fans, because at some point we heard that the team has crisis when it comes to finances. So, but as you know, if I can take you back to the owner, Farouk Kododia, midweek after their failure to survive relegation, he blamed coach Father Davids for the failure to survive relegation, that the coach was too defensive. He wasn't playing things so well. So he never gave him anything. So I'm not so sure what's really there, because for me, he might have a point at some point. As I stated that, why do you bench Ali Mesa? Say, a taking player, he's been scoring goals for you. So Fatty Davis, that's where I think he made a wrong turn there. So, but all in all, they were just unlucky for me. They did play some good football at some point, where we saw the likes of Amadou Sokona scoring vital goals, Karim Kimvuidu, Bongani is not Bongani, Mohamed Khute, in the middle of the park, Janino Palais, good players for me. So I was surprised why they got relegation. I think the downfall also was at the back, where they changed goalkeepers there, Ronaldo Lina, there's King Ndlovu. They just didn't focus for me. So conceding soft goals, one may say. I remember that game where they drew 2-2 against Marumo Gallants. They could have won that game as they were just taking the lead. Marumo Gallants bounced back. They took the lead again. Instead of maintaining the game, they conceded late. So the defense was just enough. I remember they also lost to Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, and in that game against Mamelodi Sundowns, they could have won, but they were not clinical. So all in all, they must just feel the pain and start from scratch in the Municipal Foundation.
And then moving elsewhere, then we find the Blue Moon of Manchester City. That treble dream finally became a reality, and that elusive Champions League as the cherry on top, Modibo.
Wow, I said it before. Remember, I got my prediction spot on. I said it last week that Man City will definitely win this match. And you said, don't take Inter Milan lightly because they've been in this tournament many times. And I said, a surprise will happen. And this is how it did. And it's well done to Man City, Pep Guardiola there. I think they are downfall in that match where that Kevin De Bruyne there was injured. That's where I started worrying that Inter Milan will capitalize on that, because he's a key player. The likes of Damian Dzeko, Brozovic, Marcelo, and Carlo Calano, they were just fantastic, but both sides, I think they were cautious. You look at that game, and they couldn't want to make any mistakes because they were just relying on transition. But you look at the goal that Rodrigo scored, fantastic, class.
Oh,
so,
class of note.
What a goal it was, yeah, where there were numbers of bodies in the box,
exactly.
And he managed to peg to a rocket there. And that was a decider, because the likes of Romelu Lukaku came in, he was denied by the post, and at some point, there was a header that came in instead of him, so he wasn't anticipating that ball to hit him, so it didn't go in the back of the net. So yeah, it was just happening on the day, but Man City for me deserve to win, and it's well done as they match Manchester United. We said it on the show previously with that particular triple accolades, so it's well done to them.
Well done indeed to Manchester City. Roman Lukaku had definitely had a night to forget. Moving right along, match season is definitely upon us once again. Who signs whom and who gets to be shown the door, Modiba?
It's busy, they're busy, teams are busy in the market. So I'll start with Sekhukhune United. You remember Jamie Weber from SuperSport. So he's just signed a 2 years contract with Babina Noko Adibatlabe. So yeah, so United have been busy in the market. As you know, they'll be campaigning in the Confederations Cup come next season. So they're really bolstering number of players so that they just avoid something so like fatigue. And if I can just alert you as well, they will be playing Orlando Pirates, the repeat of that Nedbank Cup final in the MTN 8 quarter final. So we are in for a lovely match come August. So let's go to Orlando Pirates. They've just signed Katlaho Otladisa on a 5-year deal. This is a player who was currently playing for Marumo Gallants. So they were happy. And if I can just take you back to his days at Platinum Stars, this is a player who won the MTN 8 and the Telkom Knockout against Orlando Pirates. Remember that final where they coached Alan Fries, where they won these 2 trophies. So very interesting. So I think he'll definitely do well at Pirates. So because he's been a hard-working player, but although still young, 25 years of age. Let's go to Polokwane City. They've just acquired the services of Oswin Apolis, who was currently playing for Pretoria Calais, and at some point for SuperSport United is short in height. So let's see if we'll do well, because Polokwane City will definitely play in the DStv Premiership come next season. And then with Mamelodi Sundowns, they've just acquired Junior Mendieta from Stellenbosch on a 4-year deal.
That's massive.
Yes, that's a good signing. So let's see if we'll definitely pitch up and become Rolando Mokwena's game plans. So as you know, majority of players have gone there, and some of them they got frustrated because they haven't been playing. So let's see if it's a good move. But as you know, Junior Mendieta is a quality player, very skillful as well. So he's done well for Stellenbosch last season. Let's go to Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs, they've just assigned a player midfielder from Venezuela by the name Edson Castillo there. Let's see if he'll definitely do well, because Kaizer Chiefs has been having problems in the middle of the park. No creativity, as we've said it before. And then we just received the news that Siyabonga Ngezana has parted ways with the club.
Wow,
so
that's a surprise.
That's a surprise. I never saw it coming. So it's a team called Steaua Bucuresti there in Romania, and it is joining a big team there, which full of achievements in 26 titles of league there, and also Romanian Cups, 22 titles there. So this team have won 2 UEFA Cups there as well. So let's see if we'll definitely pitch up. And you still with Kaizer Chiefs, there's a rumor that a coach who just knocked Marumo Gallants out of the the CAF Confederations Cup, Nasrin Nabi there, he might come and coach Kaizer Chiefs, but we'll have to await the unveiling, because there's also Pitso Mosimane in the market. So as you know, yes, he hasn't signed a contract with Mamelodi Sundowns as yet. So 3 of these coaches are being linked with a move to Naturena. So let's see if one of them will definitely coach Kaizer Chiefs. Will await for the unveiling. So it's happening. And Richards Bay, they've just signed a player, Tato Motlamme, as well as Justic Figarido there from Utongati and All Stars respectively. So yeah, teams are busy. Even when I come back next week, I'll definitely give the news from the market.
Oh, sure. It proves once again that another man's meat, another man's trash might just be another man's meat. Why am I saying this? I'm looking at Siyabonga Ngezana's case. We'll remember that almost most of the season, Kaizer Chiefs faithfuls, they were not in favor of Siyabonga Ngezana making it into the starting 11. But here it is. Surprise, surprise. He has just got himself a Romanian contract. Moving right along to motorsports this weekend, I believe round 9 is on for this season. Canada Grand Prix. Do you have any news for us, Modibin, as far as motorsport is concerned?
I think drivers like Max Verstappen, as you know, he's won 5 victories in the 7 matches that he's played, in 7 races that he's played. Also Sergio Perez as well, and the other Hamilton as well. These are the drivers that won this current season. But Red Bull has been fantastic this current season. And you look at Max Verstappen, he will be looking for his 41st victory of his career in the last 7 years. And then you look at Sergio Perez, hasn't done well, but even in the last Catalonia di Barcelona, they finished 4th, so he'll want to improve on that. But I still think Red Bull, Max Verstappen, for me, a driver to watch. I think he'll definitely do well. Let's wait and see, and come next week we'll definitely bring the feedback of that particular race.
It is going to be a cracker indeed. We were told that in as far as the Canada Grand Prix that's underway this weekend, it's going to be soaky wet on that track. So it's going to be a very, very tricky track indeed, considering the amount of rain that is anticipated this weekend. Moving right along to Roland Garros, French Open has come and gone. Iga Swiatek took on Carolina Mukova, while Novak Djokovic took on Kasparov. Talk to us about that French Open tennis finals, Modiba.
I'll start with Iga Swiatek there, 22 years as she is there, fantastically well there. She defended her title. So against Karolina Mokova there, where she defeated 6-0 and 6-0 twice. So I think she did it exceptionally well for herself there. That's where in fact, she lost the second test where she won the first test 6-2 and 6-4. The 6-0 that I saw, it was in that knockout stages there. So I think she did well for herself, defending her title and also showing that she wants to repeat some of the histories we told. That is 4th Grand Slam title that she won. And by the way, she's rated first on the rankings. So she'll definitely start in position 1. So I was so impressed to see him doing ever so well in that particular Roland Garros for the female side there. So when you go to the male side, we see Novak Djokovic. I think last week he was playing before the show. When we closed the show, he has just won against the Carlos Alcaraz, yes. So where he felt confident going to play Casper Ruud, and he's just broken a record whereby he was level on 22 titles, Grand Slam titles with Rafael Nadal, and currently he's on 23. So which we look at on the female side, he's matching the likes of Margaret Court as well as Serena Williams. So let's see going forward, because there's still Wimbledon coming up. So with that, it's congratulations to the two winners on the male side and the female side. Let's see how they fare up in the Wimbledon, because I think probably next week we'll be playing Wimbledon. So it's good luck to both the two winners, if they'll do well or not. And Rafael Nadal, once again, I think we will miss the Wimbledon as well. But let's see from Carlos Alcaraz. He wants to redeem himself following that loss against Novak Djokovic.
Absolutely. Congratulations indeed to Iga Swiatek and Novak Djokovic, seeing himself setting that 23 Grand Slam win. And then there were, in case there was a race, a human race, but you and I, we know it as a Comrades Marathon, where Gerda Steyn and Tete Dijana did wonders in that part of the world.
Fantastic way indeed. Tete Dijana there breaking that's the record there. In 5 hours, 13 minutes and 58 seconds there. So there was also the Piet Versema there of South Africa coming in 5 hours, 14 minutes, 2 minutes after. And there was Edward Mutibi there as well from South Africa as well. So I think majority of the male side were full of South Africans within the top 5. So they did well, but Tete Dijana, for me, as you know, he was the 95th winner last year. This current year, it's 96th win, as he was in 95th. It's 96th win, 87 kilometers from Pietermaritzburg to eThekwini, Durban. So he did well for himself there. And then also you go to the female side, Gerda Steyn, fantastic there. She also break a record that stood for 34 years there, arriving after 5 hours and 44 minutes. Yeah, she was just remarkable on the day. So 10 minutes as well. So it's 5 hours 44 and 54 seconds there. So followed by Adil Broderick from South Africa as well, where she arrived in 5 hours 56 minutes then 26 seconds. And then there's Calamon Nano from Britain as well after 6 hours. So all in all, Gerda Steyn deserved congratulations, because she's done it exceptionally well, where even her records and speaks volume for herself there. So let's see going forward who will they come up. But to the winners, Tete Dijana and Gerda Steyn, as they've been the previous winners, they've done it again, and it's well done to them. They really deserve credit.
Just for the record, Gerda Steyn and Tete Dijana, listen to this, Modiba. Each one of them walked away with 1.2 million. The jealous in me. Yo, my. I think I should
change. It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. The jealous in me.
But it was announced before the tournament can take place, the marathon can take place, that the winners will definitely walk away with millions. So I'm not surprised. I saw it coming.
Yeah, but the jealous in me, yeah, man. Moving right along, time is definitely not on our side. Let's quickly run down to netball. How is it going in as far as the World Cup preparations for the Netball World Cup, which is going to take place coming next week in Cape Town, Modiba?
Very interesting, because we are currently 41 days to go. So it's busy. as you know, the touring is currently in Free State. Then after Free State, it's Northwest. So Northwest must be ready in the next week. So things are going so well. As you know, we've been announcing that South Africa lost in the semi-finals of the 2019 last World Cup. So against Australia. That is Noma Plumber's place, our current coach here. So, but we are rooted in Pool C against the likes of Jamaica, Wales, and Sri Lanka. So we should do well. So I just want to play against these two countries, as well as Australia as well as England, because these two countries have always given us a tough time.
Oh, yes,
even in when we were trying to play for a third place, that is the bronze, England put us out, so we couldn't get that bronze medal. So, but with the players such as Bongi Musomi, our captain, who's playing for Fireballs, Kala Pretorias, Kanyisa Kawani, Izeta Grisel, Sansandile Owe Tungubani, Refilo Nketsa, Tumza Maweni, Denis Potgieter, Lifaba Redeman, Nicola Smith, Gianta Stradom, Nicola Taliat, Elmira van der Berg, Shadine van der Merwe, as well as Ine Marie Venter. These are the players who will definitely represent the country in the World Cup at Cape Town Convention Center. So they should do well. So, and looking at that, so the confidence is very high. So let's see, because the towering is coming up next week. So yeah, it looks interesting, the netball, but it's currently the Telkom Netball League is taking place. Some of those players are currently playing there. So they should do well for the country. And I just pray that they don't get injured. So I try to look at some of them. Yes, the likes of Bongium Somi, that she's playing for Fireballs, who's currently topping the first division there. And there's Owetun Kubani, she's playing for Fireballs as well. That is Bongium Somi's teammate there. So far they're doing so well, and no injury as well. So we look at Otto Crinams, that is the second team following Fireballs in the first division. Kala Pretorias, Lifabe Riedemann, Kanyisa Kawani, as well as Refilon Gates that are in that group. So they're still gaining fitness from that particular Telkom Netball League. And then you look at Z Crisel as well for Jaguars there, which is rooted third. So it's happening. And there's also Linitz Potgieter, which is playing for Manchester Thunder, but it's not in this wonderful league. But it's happening up to so far. Let's see, because the matches are still taking place there. So in the Telkom Netball League this afternoon, we see Tornadoes up against Lilies, Alus up against the Flames, Kingdom Queens up against the Sunbirds, the Saffron Stings up against the Jaguars. So those games are taking place today, and tomorrow we see Tornadoes up against the Comets, the Kingdom Stars up against the Jaguars, and lastly the Sunbirds up against the Lilies. So they really are fighting for points, because on Thursday we saw Sonoblom playing Biobabs, and they won by 28-65. And then the Tornadoes defeated Kingdom Queens by 47-29, and the Alus defeated the Kingdoms by 40-58. So it's really looking good. The only result that I didn't see, but the matches took place there. Sonoblom up against the Kingdom Queens, the Diamonds up against the Tornadoes, the Biobabs up against the Sunbirds, the Kingdoms up against the Kingdom Stars, the Lilies up against the Comets, and lastly the Jaguars up against the Fireballs. So yeah, it's happening in the sports of netball. So when you come back next week, we'll definitely bring back the results, as well as remind the fans on what to expect with the netball and the number of days that are remaining ahead of the month end of June. So yeah, it's really interesting. I'm impressed up to so far with the preparations from our coach Noma Plumber and our president Cecilia Molokwane.
Modiba Peter is absolutely satisfied in as far as the Netball World Cup preparations are concerned. Time is definitely not on our side. We'll have to pack it here for this afternoon, Modiba. Thank you very much once again for your time, for availing yourself to talk to us here at Nevada World FM. Your beat, your music. Thank you very much, Modiba.
Much appreciated. And in the rugby, we've got the semi-finals of the Currie Cup. The Pumas, the defending champions, they'll host the Cheetahs, and also the Griquas up against the Blue Bulls. So it's happening as well. So when I come back, I'll also bring the feedback and look ahead to the final that will be taking place next week, Saturday. With that, it's a very good afternoon, Sibonelo, the team behind the scenes, as well as the listeners. And let's talk more next week.
Thanks
so much.
Thank you very much. That was Modiba Peter, our sports analyst, giving it as it is, as always. It is that time of the show where I have to love and leave you. But as always, I leave you in the warm and capable hands of my colleague, Krishna Kushal, as she brings you Hamdum. That's between 1 and 3 p.m. You and I, let's do this once again next week, Saturday, between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Till then, I am Spanela Ngaba. It is bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
Bravo, 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 bravissimo.
Bravissimo, let's all celebrate. Bafana, 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 Bafana. Bravo, bravissimo, we all celebrate.